Thank you for tuning in to Ungentrified with Kent Johnson. Ungentrified takes an unfiltered view on pop culture, music, television and film, politics, current events, and topics central to the worldwide Black community. Ungentrified is a safe audio space for celebrating Black culture in its purest form. Thank you for joining this special episode of Ungentrified. Of course, I'm your host, Kent Johnson, and I have the most specialist, a word, I don't know. Either way, probably hands down the best guest I will have, which is my best friend, Bianca, and we are coming to you to give you a recap of Insecure. We were talking a week ago in anticipation of season 3 starting, and we've always had these mini recaps with ourselves, and we were like, why not put that in a MP3 so that people could download and listen to us ramble on about the foolery that goes on every Sunday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. So here we are, and I guess normally I let people introduce themselves, but I guess I just introduced you, so I guess B or Bianca, let them know who you are.
Hey, I'm Bianca. Like you said, I'm Kent's best friend. So, yeah, I just like to talk a lot. And so I'm glad that I'm able to chat it up with you guys tonight.
And to give a little background, so Bianca and I have known each other for 21 years now. Wow.
I mean, I don't know how that's possible since I'm only like 23, but it's cool.
Yeah, we've known each other since we were 2. Right.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
Godfather to my child, married me. I mean, pretty important person in my life.
Right. Yeah, so we've known each other for a whole drinking adult now.
Oh my gosh, I feel old.
You're seasoned and informed.
Oh, true.
Yes. But, we're going to go right into it. So tonight was the premiere of season 3. And I don't know about you. My initial hot take is that it was a great episode. I laughed. I didn't cry. But
I hope not.
I had some reflective moments. There was some spots I was like, oh, that's a sore spot.
And also, like, I'm just kind of like, I feel like every season it gets pushed out further, like for the next season. So I'm kind of like, oh, it took a long time to get here. So I'm just glad that it started back up and I can get back into gear.
Yes. So it is our intent to have these up every Monday after the show airs. We'll see how that goes once life starts to kick in again. But tonight we are on time. So let's go ahead and talk about season 3. So what do you think the theme is for season 3?
Well, I mean, just from watching tonight, it was clear that, people still don't know what they're doing with themselves. They're still trying to find themselves. They had a few incidents in the past and they're trying to learn from them, trying to grow from them. But all in all, I think we're still kind of like navigating our way through, which is, that's life, right?
Right. Yeah. So what, season 2 was all about like the living my best life, whatever.
Fancy free.
Right. Which for most people means like your season of hoe. Like,
yeah.
Getting that out your way.
And it was funny too when they did the recap and they were going back through all her vocations, through all of last season, her and Molly. But, yes, that's what you do, right? You have a season of hoery from time to time.
Right. And then when you start to close that season, then you fall into this part of it, which is the know better, do better. And I feel like these are things that we all say to each other at some point. Like when you know better, you do
You
better.
do better, yeah.
Right.
That, I feel like that was like a theme for like a whole year, right? Everybody was saying it. It was all over Instagram, all over Twitter, and as things do, it kind of went away. So
Right.
I'm glad they're bringing it back, and
Yes. Yes.
hopefully people will do better this season in life. Everyone.
Well, starting off the episode, the person who wasn't clearly doing better was Issa. Like,
Mm.
we're brought back to where we ended in season 2, where she was knocking on Daniel's door. Now we know she's living on Daniel's couch, and he's living his best life right now. He's still in his
He's still in last
season 2,
season.
right? uh,
Oh my goodness. When that first scene started, I was like, yes. And then I felt bad for you. So I was like, ooh, you're on the couch. Okay, well.
Yeah, I definitely think that scene was for all of the people, all of the women who were like, "Where's Lawrence gonna be in season 3?" And then they started off like that to kind of clear that slate. Like, y'all not gonna miss him. Here you go.
Oh.
Because it was very like Lawrence-y, like how they did Lawrence's scenes last season.
With Tasha.
Yes,
banging it
yes.
out.
So
Yeah.
I think people have kind of cleared Lawrence from their minds and have moved on. But
I
so
haven't, but
you
okay.
said,
No.
but she's in a rough patch right now.
Yeah.
Like she ain't got no home. She has no clear path and like what's going on at her job. She's driving
No.
Lyft, which is like for many people, it's the indicator that
You
shit's a
need
little
that
rough,
extra dough. Yeah,
right?
you need that extra dough.
Yeah.
Especially with, how she's on the phones now. She's she's tied to her desk at work now. She's no longer in the what they say, outfield or
Yeah, she's not out in
yeah.
the field right now.
Yeah, so yeah. I mean, honestly, I think Lyft is giving her best life. She's having party Lyft. She's doing, it's much better than just, hanging out at We Got Y'all.
Right. I mean, I feel like the lift is her trying to hold on to the last little bit of living my best life from season 2. It's the escape for her. So, I mean, yeah, she's getting money from it, but it's really, I need to get out of this house. I need some kind of fun that I can control. Like I can determine who I pick up and, oh no, it's my party lift. And, like, that's the only place where she has some kind of control right now.
Yeah, and who better to have a party lift with but Molly. So they said that they were going to be riding with each other, and that's what they doing. They sticking by each other, supporting each other, and if that means a party lift, then Molly said, "Okay, I'm down."
Right, if that means Capri Suns and weed and
Oh no, yeah. Oh, LA, I love it.
yeah, that scene was bananas, and I was like, "Yo, Molly, don't lose your job before you get it, because you done got hemmed up in some
Right?
mess."
Don't get hotboxed and not
Right,
pass your drug test.
right, right.
But I'm not too, because that scene was real. It was real Cali, just for the simple fact that he was only going a few miles and it
And
said
it was
like
30
30
minutes.
minutes. That is LA for you for real. And then I don't really know how they ended up with 2 people up in the party lift, but then when dude started rolling the blunt, I said, "Oh no!" Like, and then they were fighting. Oh, it was all bad. I said, "Okay, well, that's how it rolls in the party lift. You have highs and lows, I guess."
And then my man ran off like he had cases pending already.
I know. He was like, "I'm sorry." She was like, "Wait, no, don't leave. Like, I need that number. I need those digits." But he
Right.
did give her a good tip, though. Can't you call from the app? Like, couldn't she have kind of like secured that?
I've been hit up plenty of times from the Uber, like you left something in the car,
Oh, I
or
was about to say, have you
oh
been
no,
hit
not
up?
not like that. But I have heard stories of folks being stalked after they got in the Uber,
Oh
which
my.
is it's a lot going on.
I've been
Or the
riding Uber
Lyft.
pretty heavily lately, so I'm glad you told me that. I will stop.
Yeah, see, the secret is you gotta give them like a Google Voice number. Well, I mean, everybody can block numbers these days, but even still,
Mhm.
it's still kind of scary, especially
But
if
really,
They
I'm
dropping
just
you off
riding
at
on
your
my
house.
husband's Uber, so I mean, if they really want to stalk somebody, they can stalk him.
But so yeah, all right. So know better, do better was the theme. At least, all
Hmm.
right. So in the beginning of the episode, I was like, "Oh, it's know better, do better." That's what you tell your friends, but behind the scenes, you still doing the same fuck shit
Mm, yeah,
because that's
that
how I
was me.
started off. Yeah. So it was
No,
like,
it's true. It's true. Like I mean, listen, you want to know better, do better. Just because you're not doing better just yet, your heart is at the right place. You're on the path. You just gotta like do it.
or it's like I gotta no. Like I'm not. I think I know, but I need to see it one more time so I know. Then I can do. You know.
hmm
But she ain't
Well,
waste a
Molly's getting
day.
there slowly. Molly's getting there slowly.
Yeah.
She's knowing and slowly doing, but I think her approach is not quite there yet.
Well,
She's still struggling with a lot of stuff.
yeah. I think it was one of those things where you gotta speak it into existence first before you commit to it.
The
Like
secret.
right. I told somebody, so now I gotta stop.
Yeah.
But not yet. I gotta know.
Uh,
I gotta know.
mm-hmm.
But she brought it back around in the end, and I think it was because we found out that so Dro and Candace, his wife, their open relationship was actually really open. It wasn't just him cheating on his wife. Like they both know what's going on. That was kind of like a slick bombshell they dropped. But I
Mm-hmm.
think, at least for me, that was what changed her approach to Dro, because it was like, oh, well, that's different. Well, at least it was the first time we saw that broach between them. I don't know. What's your take?
Yeah, I mean, I still kind of feel like I'm not 100% in with that yet. Like I feel like maybe she knows some stuff, but maybe she doesn't really know anything. And maybe you don't in those situations want to know everything. But I mean, how do we know that, he's still not just saying, "Oh, I'm at Molly's house. I'm still at Molly's house." Like I'm checking in on her. That is their mutual friend. She don't know that they living life
Mm.
up under the sheets making pancakes.
now, now, if your significant other spent the night at somebody's house and called you the next morning, and was like, "Oh yeah, I'm still at such and such,"
Oh,
I mean,
he be
and not even
dead.
significant other, like your spouse, your wife, your husband. It's more questions than that. You wouldn't have got off the phone that quick
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
probably true.
Yeah, but I think that opened up the door, at least for Molly, to be like, well, dang, what? He ain't got no skin in the game. Like I'm the. At first, it was kind of like, ooh, this is secret. Does she know? I don't know. Like that adds to the fun of doing little stuff on the side. But once you
Hmm.
realize, oh well, dang, she know. Well, like he ain't had nothing. He got full like access. There's no boundaries for him.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed also kind of, I mean, just to me, it seemed like the passion was a little bit not really there anymore. Cause I mean, last season they was doing it in the bathroom at the restaurant. They were really tearing it up. I mean, not to say that that kitchen scene wasn't hot, but I don't know. I wasn't feeling it in the bed. Like it was too domesticated, right? Like him saying like, "Oh, do you want me to make you pancakes?" To me, that's like old home week. That's not like early stages of a relationship, like where it's still passionate, exciting, and things like that. It is kind of like falling into a routine too. So maybe Molly was kind of, to your point, kind of like, I mean, I know what we're doing here, but is this what I want to be doing here? Like, this is not really anything special for me at this point.
Right. And yeah, and it's like, all right, so clearly ain't nothing popping off from this other than us getting it up whenever we want to get up. Cause you got a whole wife at home, and you got a whole wife. You're not even fronting to me like I'm leaving Candace. I'm doing this.
Mm-mm.
You cool with it. I
Yeah.
I got no idea what's going on. But like you said, it felt mad domesticated. Like those aren't the things you do in a secret a secret love affair.
No, but
Yeah.
she was like, even she was about to put some lingerie on. She was like, "Ooh, Joe would probably like me in this," and then she came out in that that onesie looking thing that made her look pregnant. I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
that's not sexy.
That was it was the leftover J Lo velour from like
Yeah.
Sean John in 2006.
Ooh,
Like
it was not sexy. I was like, wait, is she the one that was pregnant? Oh, and then also, I wrote this down too. I was kind of like, I'm not feeling Dro. And this is like, behind the scenes stuff. And I know off the side, we were kind of talking about with that whole Dro Tasha thing that happened off camera come into play at all this season.
hmm
And for me, it kind of did. Like I saw him in last year, I was kind of drooling all over him and feeling it for real. But this season, I was like, I don't know about you anymore. I feel like you need to be gone. That
Yeah.
was my personal thing, though.
Yeah, I think in both cases, both with Dro and with Daniel, like we kind of got a theme or at least a path set for them for the rest of the season. Like Molly asking for her key back was her trying to regain some kind of control in that because that was the only space where she hadn't locked things down. She got everything she wanted at work. She
hmm
chilling, came back from vacation, still got her vacation braids in. Like she she in control of things except for that. And then he roll up in the house like he lit there, like he controlled that whole situation.
Yeah, again, domesticated. He just was waiting for her, like he owned the place, like that's her husband. She was like, whoa, what you doing up in here?" And he was just like, "Are you serious? Like this is where I'm supposed to be." And she's kind of like, no. Even in a relationship, you need to still keep it fresh, but in that particular kind of relationship, I think it at this point it should still be super exciting and sexy and fun. And it's to me, it's kind of like the dial is turned down, the temperature is kind of turned down on that relationship.
Yeah, and he really put her in her place. Like he let her know, like, no, you don't talk about my wife and what we do like that. Like so he put the pen down and let her know, all right, this is your location and all of this. Like you
hmm
nah. I was gonna make you pancakes, but that don't make you
A wife.
right. Everybody get the pancakes. You're not special, but
Oh no, don't say everybody get the pancakes.
look.
No. But that's kind of true too. Like, when a man pipes up like that, like know your place, don't step out like that for a woman, especially a woman like Molly, like a strong headed woman, that right there would totally be it. Give me my key back and I see you when I see you. Like,
Right.
don't talk to me like that. Like that would totally turn things off for me anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. So at the end of the episode, so Molly gets a little bit of closure there. Like she
hmm
gets her key back, she gets some control. With Issa, she tries the know better, do better thing, and she tells Daniel like, or Daniel, goes in for a kiss and she ducks back. She does the friend zone duck, like
Ugh, the Heisman.
right, the Matrix neck. She Euro stepped right out of that kiss, and
Oh.
she was very truthful about it. Like I knew you were going to be stable. I knew you were going to let me stay here, and that's why I
hmm
came. Where it really kind of opened the door for Daniel's know better, do better moment. And he was kind of like, oh, okay. Oh, that's what it is. All right.
That's how you feeling?
Right. Because everybody was piping him up for be like, oh, you know why Issa came to your spot. She could have went
Yeah, she
anywhere.
trying to get back with you. But
Right.
I mean, clearly that wasn't 100% true because I mean, she could have been, made that known already, like from jump. If you're sleeping on someone's couch, all it takes is not to be crass, but all it takes is like a little tank top and some panties to let to plot out what you're trying to do, right? So, I mean, he kind of knew that there was a little bit of ice there, there was a little bit of space there. And if you humping in the next room and she definitely not do it one way or the other with you, then I feel like you kind of know where you stand in that relationship. But I'm glad that he at least tried her, because then there's no unanswered questions. She clearly wasn't about to pipe up and say, you know what? I really do still have feelings for you, and I don't like that you're boning other people in front of me, but I still want to friend zone you. Like, she wasn't going to say that on her own. So I'm glad that he at least put all his eggs out there in that basket and it didn't work out, but
Yeah.
but
And
now he knows.
right. And we learn now in the kind of like preview for the season that there's a Vanessa. Like
Hmm.
Vanessa clearly becomes more than just a jump off that we saw in the first couple of minutes of the episode. Uh and now Issa has a deadline. Like she got a week to get
Okay,
up out
well,
that spot.
he was gonna put a timeline on. Oh, you definitely not giving me no butt. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and need you to be out
Right. Cause ain't
in one
nothing for
week.
free. Ain't
Yes.
nothing for free. You gotta pay that bill at some point.
Right? Like when she went out that last time to go to live. I mean, I know at that point it was just like, damn, let me just go ahead and make this bonus. Let me just get out the house, like you were saying. But I was like, shouldn't she be stacked up right now? She living rent free. She has a job and she has a Lyft side gig. Like she should be able to kind of like do something at this point, which we see in the coming episodes is that she's trying to grow up.
Right.
Get a bank account or whatever she's trying to do, and her friend Kelly puts the brakes on her right there. And I don't know if you saw, like, this might be off topic, but I don't know if you saw the commercial. I think she had like a credit score of 450
It
or
was
something.
425. I saw it. And I had nightmares for her. Yeah.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, that's bad.
yeah. I saw it as all right, so when things have been the same for so long, which that's been the case for Issa, you get comfortable in that. You've been in the same apartment for years, you've been paying the
Hmm.
same rent. And then I mean we all know this that but the majority of us are living paycheck to paycheck, and if we miss one check, everything goes out of whack.
Yeah.
And I think that's the case for her. When you got to get a new spot, that's first and last month's rent. It's clearly going to be more than what you was paying before, or you would have stayed where you were at before. So you're not ready for that. And then, so in the timeline sense of things, she's been at Daniels for 2 weeks. So,
Hmm.
so really, all she got is the rent that she would have paid for the next month at her last spot. Um, and we don't know if she did that to get a down payment on the new car, or she doing like the little Lyft rental situation where,
Yeah. Ooh, because I did notice that car was like, did I thought she didn't have a good car last season, but
yeah,
maybe it's okay. And she didn't get that deposit back after she set the place on fire.
right.
So
So yeah, there's that too. So she broke right now. So
yeah.
and you got a 425 credit score. But like those are the things you don't think about when you're not worried about getting a new place.
Yeah, she ain't getting no new place, even
Yeah.
with the money at what a
Mm-mm.
420.
She got to pay like 6 months down before she can get a spot.
Oh dang! And I like how Molly was like, "You could have moved in with me," and they both looked like, "Yeah, nah, we wouldn't be friends no more."
Yeah. And I think every like group of friends has that. Like we don't talk about it. Like because I'm gonna get mad, you're gonna get mad. We not gonna talk about it.
It's true. I mean, you might move in with a friend and y'all just not friends. Y'all could have been best friends, but that living with each other, that's the same thing with a man, right? Like, or living with your boo, like y'all live together, that's when it's real.
Right.
That's when you decide what the future might hold. Because you saw Lawrence in there eating cereal while she going to work every day. Shit gets real when you live together.
Yeah. So like she already wasn't living a lap of luxury. She ain't got about $45 in her bank account right now. Uh, so yeah, I don't think 3 weeks is gonna be enough for her. She ain't driving enough Lyft.
No, no, she was trying to get that 250 bonus.
Right. That's the application fee for for the new spot. That ain't nothing,
Oh,
especially in
especially in
LA.
LA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in LA.
Oh my goodness, I'm not feeling that at all. That whole all in LA, I cannot even the traffic, the rent, all of that. I feel bad for Issa. Yeah.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is
So
rough.
okay. So predictions for the season. What do you see happening? And
Wait,
we'll
before we
reflect
get
on
to the
these.
predictions, can we please talk about that 90s reboot? Just
Oh,
real quick.
what was the show? Kevin. Kevin was the name of the show. The reboot of
Oh my
Kevin.
goodness.
So
That
okay,
was a mess.
it was a whole fool. So there were two scenes that were a whole fool. When old girl, who it was Dawn Richard, when she was in the studio singing the baby song.
Oh my god. And then
And
she turned around from the mic and was still
right,
singing.
I was like, "Where you singing? Who you singing to?"
Oh man.
Yeah, that was hilarious. And then Kevin, which okay, so what? Last season we had what was the name of the show? I can't think of the name of the show, but it was a play up of like all of our slavery shows and Scandal with Regina
Oh yeah,
Hall
yeah.
and Scott Foley and
It was
Michael. Was that Michael J? I forget his last name, but you know, I'm talking
White.
about. Yeah, Michael
Is it
J.
Michael
White.
J.
Yeah,
White? Yeah.
yeah. So this season is Kevin, like you said, with Erica Alexander, who is, of course, famously known as Maxine Shaw from Living Single. Uh,
I did like seeing her again.
yes. Yeah. Shout out to Erica Alexander. And then Daryl Bell, who played Ron on A Different World. And then, of course, Bill Bellamy, who I guess is Kevin. I don't know. I think, yeah.
I can't. The
But
whole thing. Did he have like a wig on that was cornrows or something
yes,
like?
yes. When he came out as Kappa nigga, he had cornrows on. But I'm like, the fact that they did a reboot, but it was with the same, like they didn't reboot it and have new people in there. It was the same old folks. But
Yeah.
that's all we see these days are reboots.
Reboots and remakes and
Yeah.
sequels. Yeah. It's real sad.
Yeah. So I thought it was on the nose, and I can't wait to see what they do with that throughout the season.
I almost can wait. I can wait.
Yes.
I looked at that. I was like, what in the 90s sitcom is happening on my TV right now? Like I cannot. But yeah, you're right. It's the era of reboots, and some of them are good and some of them
Or Kevin.
not so much. Not so much Roseanne. But yeah, predictions. Ooh, I just hope that we do grow. I think that's the only thing that we can do from here, right? No matter what it is, that saying, it's a lesson. You either learn something, or you actually do end up growing, leaps and bounds. And so whatever happens, I'm sure that it'll be a lesson. And then I saw some from the previous, I think a couple of days ago, that the one friend is pregnant.
Right,
So,
Tiffany, yeah.
Tiffany, yes. So I think that's gonna be like impact their view on growth as well. Whenever you have a group of 30 somethings or late 20 somethings, when one person gets married, then it shifts the group a little bit, and then once that couple has a baby, it shifts it again, and then you really looking at yourself like, should I be married? Should I be having kids right now? Like, where am I in the, like, are they years ahead of me, or am I where I'm supposed to be, or should I be at least a little bit closer? Like, you really do start to evaluate your life. So I think that that's gonna be a big impact on them, having to deal with that baby part. And I hope that there's some more loving. I hope Lisa starts getting some loving, because we all know Molly's getting it, but poor Issa, she just hearing it through the walls.
Yeah, I see if the theme this season is know better, do better, I see a lot of knowing, but not too much doing. So it's acknowledging that, I got some stuff going on that I need to fix. And I think, like you said, certain things like a friend being pregnant is going to push the knowledge onto them. Now, what they do with that information is what we're going to see this season. But I don't know if Issa gets the growth that I don't expect her to get, the growth that she should by doing better. I think her focus right now on doing better is getting out of the
The
apartment.
couch.
Right. Like that's her show improve right now. I got to get my own place so that I can show people that I'm actually doing better, because at this point everybody's expecting her to cut up, because she has been, as far as like their friendship, she's been the one who's been cutting up the most.
The most.
Yeah.
Everybody else is doing stuff with poor Issa. You know what? And even when they showed that flashback with Lawrence, I don't know if it was on the wind down or if it was just the overall rewind. It really made me feel like back in season 1, I really was like, dang, they all doing good stuff. She's about her business. Like, this is a good show. Everybody's doing stuff. And then it just went south on a sister. Like, she is the black sheep of the friend group. I've been there.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think she needs to do better for her. She
Mhm.
not even in a space to be in a relationship right now. She got to figure out. She got to get stable.
Yeah.
So that's her do better like endpoint. Can I get stable? Um, for Molly, so we still haven't seen her jump into her new job yet. So I think her focus is going to be around like, all right, I cleaned up all of the mess from last season. I didn't put Dro in check. I got my new gig, so it's renewal for her. But I think that she's going to see that doing better doesn't necessarily mean the greatest thing either. Um, yeah, I don't know. And then we still haven't seen, like I said, we haven't seen Tiffany and we haven't seen Kelly yet. They weren't present in this episode, so we don't know what's going to go on with them. But I don't know. I don't see a lot of dating for Issa this season. I see a lot of frustration for her. And I see everybody else kind of taking the dating aspect of it more. I think we're going to see more of Kelly. I absolutely know we're going to see more of Kelly
Oh,
this
really?
season. Yeah.
Do you have some insight to that?
I think it would be foolish of them not to incorporate her more. I mean, she's the highlight of every scene that she's in. So,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love her. She's so funny.
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, Issa's not a catch right now. Like,
That's what I was really thinking when you said she's not going to be dating too much. I mean, first of all, I didn't say dating. I said I hope she's doing more, but yeah, she's not really a catch. I mean, as of right now, wish she gonna take him back to the couch.
right. We could go to your place. I got your
And they
address
go,
in the list.
they go. Oh no, she'll be the stalker.
Yeah, she would definitely be the stalker.
I don't see her being a stalker. I mean, she's way more vocal than I would be because I'm more of an introvert, but she really does speak up a lot more than I would too. Like some stuff I would keep to myself. And we haven't heard her rap. We haven't heard her rap
Yes,
this
we haven't
season,
heard her rap.
so
She was about to, but then she saw that little ass mirror. um,
oh.
yeah.
I'm
Oh,
curious what's going to happen with the job because I feel
yeah.
like this is setting us up for either she's going to go out on her own and do something, or I don't really know. Like something's going to happen with this job because I think even something's going on with her boss for her to be
Mhm.
so, so much of a block there. I mean, granted, Issa made mistakes, but she was really angry. Like she was dealing with something. And even the other girl, the friend that got promoted was saying that she's, she's saying no to everything right now. So she might just be stressed because she's losing clients and all this. Something's going to happen there. So
Yeah.
I'm interested.
Yeah, and I think we're gonna have. I think it's a reflection of the moment that we're all in. Like everybody's hypersensitive about everything, racism, things being portrayed in certain ways. That's just a part of the Trump era. So I think what's gonna happen is someone else is gonna bring it up at the job because we know she's the only black person there. Somebody else is gonna bring it up in a meeting and get credit for it, even though she was the one who pointed it out first, and we're gonna have to deal
Mm,
with that.
yeah,
I could definitely see that starting to brew. It's not gonna be her her homegirl who used to be the one she partnered with on projects. It's gonna be somebody else in the office who brings it up and gets the credit for it. And
yeah.
that's gonna be that whole conversation around that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, the good thing is that the only thing Issa can do is go up at this point. I mean, you sleeping on the rock on rock bottom on that couch. So,
Yeah,
yeah, she's in a good space to progress, but um, it's not going to be the big success that people would want at the
yeah.
end of the season. Yeah.
Well, then obviously we're gonna need another season. So she
Yes.
can't fix all her problems in one season.
Yeah, there's got to still be some insecurities left.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, episode 1 on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give it?
1 to 10. I thought it was good. It was a good setup, right? Like not a lot happened. We caught up with everybody, but not a lot happened. So, I think it was a good catch up. I'm just excited for at least when Kelly gets on the screen. Cause just even the 30 seconds, it wasn't even 30 seconds. It was probably like 5 seconds of her on the screen. I was dying laughing. So that's what's going to like push me up to a 10 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we definitely have a theme for the season. Know better, do better. We have, like you said, we got some closure. We got some questions answered, but then we got some new doors open at the same
Wait,
time.
so are we not going to see Lawrence ever again?
I think we might get like a flashback, but I think that's it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I had read that on Twitter today too. Like season one or like episode one of not having Lawrence or something. And I was like, wait, does that mean he's not coming back? I'm confused.
Yeah,
Was this said somewhere?
But I know there were articles that came out a couple weeks ago that said like he's not in season 3. At first, they were trying to deny it, like right at the end of season 2, because people were talking about it. But then, as
Mm-hmm.
we started to approach this season, they were like, "No, he's not there." But I think that, like I said, we'll get a flashback just to give people the "aw" moment. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, he's gone, which is it makes sense. That's how when you break up with somebody, you're not trying to see them immediately afterwards.
Well, yeah, it's only been a couple weeks though, and they just did it a couple weeks ago. Remember when
Yeah.
they was like closing out the apartment? They hooked up again. There's something still there. They better not get rid of Lawrence. I'm gonna be mad. But yeah, didn't give your scale of 1 to
Okay.
10?
So it was a solid episode for me. I'm gonna give it a 8. It's just
Okay.
just because of oh girl, we did get her name in the studio for that baby song. uh yeah, no, it was definitely a great episode and a great kind of setup for the season. So definitely hyped for next week. And yeah, no, it was a good episode. I laughed. I definitely yell laughed a
Yeah.
couple times. So
There's not too many shows where you're still laughing out like you're actually LOLing. So I'm glad. Like this show is hella funny. I'm glad.
yes, yes.
And I just threw my Callie out there because I can't help it. It was hella funny.
Yes, it was hella funny. Mm. All right, so we will check you guys next week. Hopefully next Monday. Hopefully life doesn't interrupt too much so we can give these every Monday. But yeah, tune in to us then. We'll be doing this for I think it's 8 episodes. I could be wrong, but 8 episodes. Our thoughts and opinions on each 22 minutes, which is too short. Even though this episode felt a little bit longer than normal.
It
Uh
did.
which I was glad for because I was like, we need a little extra
Mm-hmm.
this time. But yeah, it always goes by too quick.
Yep. Well, I'm excited. I'll be here,
Yes.
ready.
All right. So if you guys have any comments or questions, you can send them to ungentrified at kentwjohnson.com. Of course, you can follow the podcast on Twitter and Instagram at ungentrifiedpod and leave your comments there. We'll check you guys next week. Peace.